I had many love affairs or not affairs. I mean, never been married, of course, so I enjoyed my life as a single. Some people say playboy, but I don't like the word. I've always been single. I've always had wonderful girlfriends and thoroughly enjoyed. Many of them are still good friends. I never upset anybody. I never chased other people's girlfriends. Never chased married women. Never upset a family. And I'm proud of that record. And I have many old girlfriends that I'm still in touch with that I can go back to and see. In fact, I'm currently very happy with with Jenny, my lady, who is now I consider my partner. We first met. Kind of a funny story. I bought a house in Northleach. I think it was the second Christmas I was spending at the house, and I thought I was going to be entertaining my mother and my stepfather and other family members too. I was going to cook the Christmas turkey and the goose and the whole bit. And so I wanted to decorate the house nicely. So I drove up to London in the Rolls, as you do, and went to Harvey Nichols and decided into the Christmas department and to buy decorations, and I wanted some really classy decorations for the tree. And there was a very nice young lady, she was about 24 at the time, said, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Yes, thank you." And explained to her what I was doing and where I was living, and she was very friendly. And she said, "Well, I'll help you down to the car to put the decorated bundles of stuff, into the car." And thought nothing of it, and then I took off and went home. And a couple of months later I get a letter from American Express, and inside the letter from American Express is a letter, and it just said, "I enjoyed meeting you, my name is Jenny. If you'd like to call me, this is my telephone number." So I thought 10 out of 10 because I thought that's nice. So I called her, and she was delighted to hear from me. And I said, "Well, I'm coming to London in a couple of days' time because I've got to pick up a group and I'm off for a month touring." And I said, "But if you'd like, let's meet and have dinner." So I said, "Meet me." And then she came, and she was living in Blackfriars, I think, then with her family still. Jenny comes from a family. She has 7 brothers and 2 sisters, Greek Cypriot origin, big family. I said, "Meet me at San Lorenzo in Beauchamp Place," and we had a very nice dinner. She reminded me the other day that dinner took 4 hours, so that was nice. And I duly put her in a taxi to send her home because I had to return to the hotel and I was leaving at crack of dawn next day. And I said, let's get together when I come back in a month's time. So we did, and she took the train down to Cheltenham, and I picked her up, and she came to stay with me at the house. And then we would see each other. She was actually in the travel business, and she'd been working at Harvey Nichols just for a Christmas job, something to do. And so she went off to Crete, and I visited her in Crete. I visited her in Athens once, and she worked she was repping. She was a head rep for a well-known company at the time. And so we carried on for 2 or 3 years, seeing each other occasionally when I was around. But then I called one day and I got hold of mother, and the mother said, "Well, Jenny's actually got a boyfriend now, and she's settling down." So I thought, well, good, give her my love, and that's it. And never saw her again. And it was only about 5 or 6 months ago that, sitting here, and I opened up I see something on message, and she said, "This is Jenny Adam. Do you remember me?" I called her, and she lives in Carshalton, which is about 15 miles from here. And so we got together. I said, "You want to come over and see where I'm living?" She said, "Yes." Came over. I cooked my famous cheese souffle, and Heather was here. We had lunch. And so we revived our relationships. I hadn't seen her since she was 25. She's now 60, and she's still great fun. Looks terrific. And she was married for longest time. She has a 27-year-old son, fine boy, and like his mother, he can cook as well. You know, these women brought up a Greek Cypriot. You know, they clean, they cook. They're well brought up, and so we're enjoying a great relationship. So it's just really nice to catch up. And so she's a really good partner. We talk travel. We have that in common, and she likes to work. She works hard still. There's a nice house there, and so life is good. So that's very nice. And she hasn't met my son Ollie yet, but hopefully we'll get across to Germany in the not too distant future and go to see him. So it's all great. Life is great. And with Heather, my sister, here as well, and she likes Jenny. Everyone gets on, and so life is very harmonious.